We've moved from architecture to activation.
What are your key differentiators that allow you to set yourself apart?
What impact does it have on the pipeline?
How we can turn it up a notch. Immediately feel there is a story, that there is an experience that they are going on.
Data and measurement mixed with experience is going to be the future. In episode 1, we explored why events matter. Now comes the hardest part, making them work. With hundreds of competitors, limited space and tight budgets, how do the best brands stand out?
You can have people stay in your booth if it's a sticky space where there's multiple things to do, multiple ways to engage. Some people like to learn by themselves, other people prefer a guided tour through the space and the information. So having that sort of multi-generational approach and manages their expectations of how long they're going to need to commit, because everyone's here on a very tight schedule and with a lot of things to see.
It's like having paddlers, swimmers and divers. You can have a very sort of light experience, a very superficial experience where you're having a look at something, you're looking at basic stats. Then you want to go a little bit deeper and you want to learn more about how does it work, how does it function. And then if you've got time, you can go really deep and you can sort of dive down deep into that. So for me, they're the sort of building blocks. And it has to be wrapped up in a good design.
Our team gets together a long time in advance to see how we can turn it up a notch. So we've had co-pilot happy hours to make things a bit more fun as they utilize co-pilot. We make sure that we have a really big visual presence as well that can showcase our narrative in a very consumable way. And another new experience that we have this year is our theater. So every 20 minutes, we're showcasing something with our partners, a new innovation that we have that's going to be applicable for our customers.
Strategy is one thing, but how do you actually build it? What goes inside the booth? The answer might surprise you. It's not about your product, it's about your customer.
We thoughtfully curated all of our content to meet our customer needs. So we have specific neighborhoods within our booth that focus on our retailers' top use cases. We have a solution here for everybody, depending on whether you're looking at pricing strategies or rebalancing your supply chain if there's a major disruption.
I think every touch point you give to your customers needs to be the same. It needs to have that through line. It needs to have that commonality. So whether you are talking to one of our leaders from ELT, you are talking to someone from marketing, you are talking to someone from sales, you're getting that same experience at every step of the way. The digital experience you have needs to be the same to the in-person experience you have. Every touch point needs to have that same commonality and telling that same story.
What we're trying to do is really bring the agents to life, make sure that people can interact with agents and see them on site to bring the product experience closer to our customers.
Obviously, we need to represent our brand as best of our ability. But it's very important that we represent our customers to the best of our ability as well, because what is a brand without its customers? And we want to storytell. We want to storytell in a way that is experiential. So we don't want people to come into the SAP booth and stand there and just look around. We want them to come in and immediately feel there is a story, that there is an experience that they are going on as they learn about all of the different ways that SAP can actually help their business.
This all sounds great, but here's the question every CFO asks. Does it work? Can you prove it? This is where talk becomes data.
Experiences only matter if they move the needle. If 80% of CMOs say brand experience drives long-term growth, then our job, Sparks' job, is to prove that. If we get it right, we're able to optimize in real time.
We're deciding what do we want to happen from this experience. We're connecting what we create to that, and then we're truly measuring it. What impact does it have on the pipeline? How was it amplified socially? What's the velocity of the content that we created and then pushed out? And then how do we track the lifetime value of a client that had an interaction at an in-person experience? What's important for us in order to really make this real for our customers is to make sure that we are applying it to use cases that matter to them today. So we're not showcasing anything that is fun on the tech world, but isn't applicable in real life and is not going to drive ROI. We have to make sure across the retail value chain that we're actually driving value and adding to the human experience, adding that capacity.
Measurement and data linked with experience is going to be ever more important. we've always created really good experiences, and a lot of the data that we have is very superficial. It's like, yes, people had a good time, yes, they did. When we can completely control the environment, we know we can track the sales, we can track those things. But I think data and measurement mixed with experience is going to be the future of what happens. We're going to be a lot more accountable.
So we've covered strategy, execution, and measurement. But what about the wisdom that only comes from doing this year after year? What's the advice that actually matters?
So as attention spans shorten and budgets tighten, many brands who lead are turning towards these intimate, more intentional experiences and gatherings. So I would really say go smaller, go sharper, and just more human.
For any marketer that's looking to activate at a big show like NRF, just make sure you keep your customers at the center of any activation. Everything should be experiential, interactive. Everything should also be able to drive value for them. Keep them at the center of it all.
I think the best way for you to cut through is to determine what are your key differentiators that allow you to set yourself apart.
We've moved from architecture to activations. Actually having people come to an exhibit and have an experience that is not just about looking at a beautiful thing, it's looking at beautiful content, it's a great conversation, it's some sort of interactive element that immerses you in the brand and makes you feel part of the brand.
The brands that win at these shows aren't the ones spending the most. They're the ones thinking smarter. Strategy, customer-first design, and measurable outcomes. That's the formula. Thanks for watching The Live Effect with The Drum and Sparks. Watch the full series now on The Drum TV.